My nightly training concept that training consistently is more important than training with high duration. And what was the other one? And just, yeah. My brain isn't working, folks. It's Friday. My computer wasn't even working. And let me try again. Welcome to startbuilding.me, my nightly training concept to prove to you that consistency is power. The more you exercise, the better. So the frequency and the intensity is not what matters in exercise, as long as you do something every day and get it through your system quite literally. That's the aim of the game. So I'm going to walk and talk because I want to get out of here too. It's Friday and I'm sitting down, I'm standing up, folks. Unconscious incompetence suggests this is all you need to know to do. Jazzercise in the house. I'll be up for around a Counter-Strike or two if you are after dinner or whenever it suits you. I'm trying to poke my mat away there. Anyway. Sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing up. Folks, you can do it. I guarantee that. TGIF fitness indeed. Again, folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I was sitting in front of my computer watching some conspiratorial documentary, tinfoil hat, tinfoil crown, more like it on my head. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to. And then I was just like, no, I do want to. Come in here. I had to kick the hounds out. There was a mutiny at the door again. I cut a bit of my fingertip off, and I'd done some chin-ups today, and I was feeling good. And I'm like, no, I like it. I like the sound of my own voice. I like the cohort of people in here. I've got my clique, as it were. Now, you know me. I wouldn't want to be part of a I wouldn't want to be part of a group that has me as a member. But I think it's really cool here. They just look in harmony now through the cosmos. People that I know who benefit from this are going to be pumping some blood through their body, stretching some ligaments and tendons, making sure we don't seize up. Getting a bit of blood flowing, a few arm circles backwards, and breathing. Even if you cannot do anything, folks, you are quadriplegic in a chair. I'm guessing you can still breathe, right? You can be watching this and just suck air in, suck air out. It's still free, no carbon apps, no nothing like that, not yet. But until then, breathing's achieving. As Bill Mayer joked about that, as if that's not true. And I think Lil Duval, the comedian, is bang on right. He said that on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I think breathing is achieving, folks. So many people have lost their lives, and so many people, succumb to disease. And as long as you're breathing, you're achieving. There is always a comeback as long as you're breathing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I'm not actually sitting down on this box. I'm just touching my butt. That's what a box squat is. You can be doing it on a desk chair on the corner of your bed, a milk crate, or something that looks like this, a stool. People have them to play guitars on and stuff like that. And whatever it is you can find, you can do it. And basically you're just using it as a guide. And by also for the squat technique is what I'm really wanting to hammer in home, folks, is that the number of these things that you're doing is irrelevant. I know people are going to be wanting to come in here and really crank it out, and hey, I'm all for that. I am a habitual overtrainer, but really I'm just trying to get people into the habit of start building themselves, where they realize that, hey, all I have to do when I'm sitting at the desk at 3 o'clock, that was a typical time that used to destroy me, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, especially when I was a heavy drinker, and you just hit the wall. And so instead of going and pounding yet another coffee that's obviously not going to do anything, I just used to stand in front of my desk, look ahead, breathe, and like I said, take people in the office looking and rolling their eyes and laughing at me. I mean, like I said, that was always my role in the office. But do you know what also was my role in the office? Actually doing the work for the 30% of us who worked in the office for the 70% of the people who didn't. So I'll take the flak for them and for my maybe unorthodox practices within the office, because, hey, who was towing the line? Who was doing the heavy lifting? It was always tech people, folks. I know I don't have to tell it to you guys. Don't have to tell you people about the two-letter mafia in the office environment and the corporate environment, aka HR. So much money, so much wasted time. Anyway, I'll repent for their sins. And also a gentle stretch back. It's a TGIF fitness session. It's exactly right. A few circles, do a few neck rolls, all the stuff that you wouldn't normally do, folks. That's all we're trying to get here. Bit of blood flowing. You know, all your bones and the joints have these things called tendons around them, and they're connected to the ligaments that are connected to your bones. All these things have to be worked through ranges of motion, and not really strenuously, just like I said, as the motion of the joint goes, basically. So don't swing and try and force stuff apart. And it's even like stretching. The more new school way of stretching, instead of wrenching it out, is just trying to do everything in a more sort of dynamic sort of motion, instead of that really strict isometric training. Just keeping everything warm, keeping everything moved up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And think of what your joints are doing. What is the actual joints track? Like think of a hinge, like on a door. Like, what is its functions? Where does it go? Is it not supposed to go? Like a hinge on a door is not supposed to go up and down, and that's why it's very rigid that way. It should go smoothly like that on the horizontal plane. With your knee, it's the same, right? You want your knee to go forward and backwards like this. You don't really want it to twist around so much, folks. That lateral damage does damage to the ligaments. Specifically for me, in my case, damaged my meniscus, which is a hard tissue disc in between your, basically there behind your knee. So you really just want to start becoming mindful. I know it's one of those buzzwords that you hear in these days. Oh man, just be mindful of it, of course. Like, as we said, there's the 4 stages of competence. You want to get to that conscious competence phase where you are mindful of all this stuff and why you're doing things certain ways. Why the weight's going to the outside of your feet whilst your toes drive into the ground, sitting back into your heels. It's because that's how we were designed to move. And so that's what Start Building Me is all about, folks, is trying to get mindful of the exercise and seeing why you're doing it, how you feel when you're doing it. We're not here to master anything. We're just here to get you into the habit of being like, okay, why does Dave say this exercise will improve my life? Really think about these questions. Why will this improve my digestive system? How will this improve my sleep? How will raising my heart rate and dropping my heart rate back down be beneficial for my blood vessels? Like, I'm not going to go into all these in depth, and unfortunately my video editors push back my basic items for my content back to mid-December, which is no big deal because I probably wouldn't have been doing much there anyway. And that gives me more times for conspiracy videos, and not as far as Kanye West and Alex Jones level conspiracy level stuff, which has come out today in the media, mate. He's totally lost his mind. And don't get me wrong, like, I hate Kanye West. His music garbage. I don't think he's as genius as anybody ever said he was. but it's just funny to see the backlash and all these people in damage control now who, caught on to the Emperor's New Clothes garbage as if he was some talented revolutionary musician when he's just some B-grade rubbish producer for, what's his name? Yehovah. What was his name? Bloody... Who is he producing for? I don't like him either, but he's at least a good MC. Rockefeller Records. Jay-Z. That's what reminded me of it with NASA's line, we rock hoes, you rock fellas. That was a good diss of Rockefeller Records. 1, 2, 3, 4, feel that slingshot in your butt. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Went out and got Dr. Oetker's pizzas last night. Didn't end up going and getting tacos. I was too lazy. I was just driving up past the supermarket and I needed dental floss. So dental plan, Dave needs dental floss. Dental plan. I was just like, pulled in, grabbed some Dr. Oetker's pizzas, some eggs, some butter. I resisted the fruit mince pies. I'm having a no sugar month off for a while just because it makes me feel better, and not stopping the caffeine though, folks. You can go all that my body is a temple crap as long as you like. I liked Anthony Bourdain's statement is your body is an amusement park, you should explore it. I think within reason that's sort of true, or at least that was the truth, but I've sort of clapped out that amusement park and I'm sort of on my way out into the car park. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And already, folks, I'm breathing heavier. I've got a bit of perspiration. These are all good things, all things that you should be naturally doing, things that you undoubtedly do not do. I know you guys do, for sure, but just because you're the people here that I can see on Twitch, not the multi-stream people, not the Facebook people, the lurkers, I know you're all here. And, folks, it's healthy. Get the blood pumping, even just a little bit, like now. 12 minutes in, we'll be done in another 12. Why? Because like I said, I've got a hot date with the conspiracy theories. I figure if I can't make music like Kanye West, I can still behave like him. Man, I can't believe his stance on stuff, like what he's saying. He's just like, I'm not even going to repeat it on here because it's like I said, I love a good conspiracy theory. I don't believe in this shit, right? It's like some of it's just like based on reality, but obviously that's why it works, right? Is you can take some elements of truth and just spin it into a web of lies, and people are like, oh. That's what happened, It's just like, it doesn't work like that, folks. But anyway, like I said, Counter-Strike, anyone? Keep some sanity in there. Oh, I might do about 30 more. So 1, 2 from this side. Stand wider, keep my back straight. 3, 4, 5, maybe wider. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And have a break. Shake it out. Breathe, folks. You'll find that when you want to breathe more, that's a good sign that you're exercising enough, right? This is the whole point of this. The more you exercise, the harder you have to breathe, to the point where in the end, exercise and sport just becomes energy management. And this is how I try to explain it to people. When you're boxing, everybody has a good work rate, everybody has good technique, everybody knows what they're doing. They've got ring movement, they've got strategy. It just comes down to who can manage their energy the best. And that's what the discipline is in exercise, is being able to be consciously competent enough to continue breathing, managing how much energy you have in around. What can your work rate be? How many punches can you throw before you'll get tired? Is it going to be a quick punch? Is it going to be a power punch? What is it going to be, right? You've got to factor in all these things that you'll only do by managing your breathing. And that's why all this stuff ties together. Energy management with food and diet and meditation. What's meditation? Is the mindfulness of breathing in some shape or form and some modifications. It all is breath-centric. It's all focused around on the fact that we're this living organism pump, a pump filter, basically. And that's what we're doing in here, is we're just expanding and contracting ourselves, getting a bit of perspiration, getting your heart rate up, working that cold pressed brew coffee that I couldn't hold out until tomorrow morning, lying there on the bed, and dogs either side, and they started kicking it off, and I was like, get out of here, I'm tired. And I'm like, tired, eh? And I went and had a cup of coffee, so it's surging through my veins now. I'm going to have a shower, get that dirty sweat off. I'll do 10 more and then I'll do some push-ups. Anyway, I'm going to stand wide, sitting back into my heels, weight going to the outside of my feet, folks. That's why your feet have arches in them. Never forget that. Weight goes to the outside of your feet, sitting back into your heels, and never stop breathing. It's something that should be second nature, folks, just like breathing. You should be able to support your body weight under gravity, as simple as that. Even if your knees are busted, think for a leg press. Think of something that you can do where you're adding resistance to that posterior chain, your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings, and more. You can press blood through those muscles. The longer you live, folks. That's just the way we work. Going down to patented Gordo crotch cam. No dogs here today. They tried to jailbreak in, but like I said, that wasn't going to be happening because I want to be in and out of this today. I wanted to come in, switch on the pizza oven, aka the oven, and chuck my last fungi pizza in and have a protein shake, and what was else going to do? Maybe play some Counter-Strike, call it quits. Germany didn't qualify, folks. They beat Costa Rica. They lost on goal differences to Spain. Absolutely devastated. Socceroos a few through, so that will be cool. But I'm going to go. Actually, that's what I was going to do. Going to rewatch Japan versus Spain, something that the tipping community might benefit from. Never forget, folks, especially as an artist, and well, two artists here, one visual, one guitarist, or both guitarists really. Never forget, this is a great stretch as well for a Friday night variation. Fingers spread, just leaning out a little bit to make sure you really get that right angle, or maybe even beyond, you know, in your wrist. Don't push it too hard though, folks. Like I always say, if something hurts, it's a signal being sent through to your body to take it easy. No pain, no gain is one of those 80s slogans that is just total BS. So just give your wrists a bit of a stretch. Enables the blood flow that will go through to your hands. I've got bad carpal tunnel syndrome, which means that basically the inflammation that I have there in my wrist restricts those carpal tunnels, so the nerves going through there sort of, I think, are basically getting choked in some shape or form. So a bit of a stretch like that's good from time to time, and especially for guitarists and artists, you guys probably know that one as well. So old boxing one, squeeze your fist, stretch your fingers apart, squeeze a fist, stretch your fingers apart. I'm not going to do it because I cut my finger. I cut my finger hastily cutting off the top of the coffee bag and sliced a bit out of the top of my finger. There. As you can see, I'm a massive, massive wuss. It hurts, and I was doing chin-ups on my fingerboard like, Anyway, a few push-ups and let's get out of here. Pinch your butt, dig your toes in, do a few, go back into a cat stretch, It's what Dale does every morning, and then does that. Take a break and do another few. Pinch your butt, looking up and breathing. Just motions that you should be going through, folks. Should be very comfortable with this. Not necessarily a whole bunch of them, but just do what you can do. No pain, no gain, totally. Yeah, well, you and me both, and that's why we've got some chronic issues now that we're having to deal with, because when you're a kid and you're going for broke, no coach is ever like, whoa, slow down there, little lady, you're going to bust yourself up. They're like, yes, go forth, conquer, dominion, eat their souls. And take a load off, have a breathe. Bit of a kangaroo court session where you see them just loading out here on the grass. Yeah, Dale, bloody dirty Diamond Dale hair. Have to sweep this garbage up. Big stinky pants Dale Diamond. Got to give them a bath this weekend. I was just waiting for the sun to come out. Now the sun's back out. I'm going to vacuum through and get all my Nag Champur fragrant sticks and scents and burn all the Diamond Dale demons out of the house. Ooh. I'll just go into the attic and come back in a few days. Yeah, it's because they look intimidating because they just don't care. They're like, what are you going to do? And you like drive your car right up to them. They're like, guess you better be driving around me, boss. And you're like, we'll see about that, mate. Meep, meep. And they're like, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do a few, take a load off, breathe. It all adds up, folks. A couple of push-ups here and there. I haven't been to the gym since I have been doing this revision of just doing my Start Building Me exercise instead to show that you maintain muscle mass. More than enough. Like I said, I'm actually still actively trying to lose muscle mass, which I'm trying to get out with my carbohydrate restricted diet. So I have either half a cup of oats or a banana. So oats one day, banana in my protein shake one day, and that's it. Just for a few weeks, folks. Lean up a bit. Treat them lean, keep them keen. Something like that, maybe. And drinking lots of water. Lots of water, lots of tea. My tea game is immaculate. Got some fancy teas, everything cold brew in the house at the moment when it's 60 degrees relative humidity and 32 degrees Celsius every day, give or take. Mostly take. I've got to be filtering lots of tea through myself. Felt dehydrated recently. I'm on this drug called Brintalex, an antidepressant experimental that I've been trying out for the last few weeks. Pretty mild, so see how it goes. Like I said, I'm always all ears. If somebody can provide me something in the form of a chemical lobotomy that can make me subservient to the human society, be docile human Gordon Dave, I'll happily do it. If it sucks though. Look lean enough. Yeah, I'm not actually, dude. I'm like maybe 96 or something. Don't forget I used to box at 73, so it's like 20 kilos on that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, to tell you straight up though, sis, it's because I want to fit into my tailor-made suit still that I got in Goa, if you catch my drift. After that, it's game up. But until then, I've got to look svelte in suit. Must look good in tailor-made suit. After that, you can get Jacksonated again. I do not care one bit. But I like that couple of suits that I got made in Goa. Mac Delani, or something like that, was one of those Savile Row, as he called himself, a Savile Row slave until he went back to Goa and started out his own shop. Very cool dude, very cool suits. And he said, just if you change your dimensions, you can send it to them, and he can tailor a suit and send it to me. So that was really cool. Easily the nicest tailored suits I've ever had in my life, from a cool dude in Goa that didn't have much to say about Savile Row tailor shops. Let me tell you that. 2, 3, 4, 5, tense your butt. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget, if you can't do strict push-ups, folks, you can do them off your knees. They're still push-ups. Like I said, you're in combat. You're on the battlefield, you've fallen over with your guns and your pack-out. Are you going to push yourself up strict like that? Or are you going to just push yourself up off your knees to get back up on your feet, folks? Don't listen to all these form sticklers. Form sticklers get nowhere. All they do is talk about the perfect rep, and they never take it, unknowing to them that perfect reps come from consistency, which is exactly what I'm trying to tell you folks here. I'm going to do 10 more. Strike up the pizza oven, get back into conspiracy, and maybe have a round of Counter-Strike when Joseph's had dinner. What do you reckon? 10 more, and I'm feeling good. He's on one. He ain't no tripping about those dominoes anymore. Somebody say dominoes? Good old stainless steel that rusts. Don't think it's stainless steel, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are done. Read your Bible, take your vitamins, and believe in the Gordomania. And I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Love you. Like and subscribe anywhere where you are in the world, especially on Twitch, because this is where I'm taking the chats, but Facebook and YouTube as well. Come in for some positive mindset. Drop the garbage out from the outside world. Life will go on. Sad but true. Have a good